What's up, everybody? Welcome to Clown World News. It turns out that the shooting last night in Portland is being reported as politically motivated. After a pro-Trump rally took place in Portland, there was this. This one's really kind of hard to say it's not a murder because the way there's no real preface to it. It just sort of we can watch the clip. You'll see this man right here. He's been identified. Right here. And then he's gonna run. Shoots this man right there. And this man's gonna fall over. The clip was too short, but he does. That's the man who was shot. And that man has been identified right here, which is this man. And you can figure it out because of the tattoo, the easy to spot tattoo, and the armband. You can see here he's got the armband and the tattoo. Yeah. And just a digression, a side note. Socks and sandals, I do approve. Everything else you got going on, I don't approve. But socks and sandals, I think that's comfy as fuck. So anyways, back to the actual issue. We got this long article that you can check out. It has like background on him. We have this info. His name is Reinoehl. I forget his, I'm not sure about his first name. Michael Reinoehl. He's also wanted on a failure to appear warrant in a speed racing case. He and his 17-year-old son were racing in two different cars. The speed's up to 111 miles an hour. Heading east on Interstate 84 after midnight. But this one is more the crazy part down here. Is he was stopped driving a 2005 Cadillac STS with his 11-year-old daughter as a passenger, police said. Inside the car, police said they found marijuana, unidentified prescription pills, and a loaded Glock pistol for which Reinoehl didn't have a concealed handgun license. But I guess nowadays we're just looking into people's past. You get in trouble. I hope you didn't say anything shitty on Facebook, which I don't necessarily agree with, but that is that is being reported, and this is hard to justify. I mean, just compare this to what you saw with the Kyle Rittenhouse. Kyle was being chased. We don't know what caused it at the moment still. It's coming out. There's lots of different theories, so you might have an idea, but I don't know if anything's confirmed. But in this instance, it looks like this guy was just walking down the street. It doesn't even look like they had a prior altercation. But perhaps they did. We will learn more. But again, just check it out. And the person filming this was just live streaming in general and just happened to turn and see that. Yeah. Screenshots zeroed in on a tattoo of a fist on the man's neck. That's how we were able to put this together. Yeah, so unfortunately, Reinhold's sister said violence begets violence and hatred begets hatred. This is not a solution. My heart goes out to the victim. It always has, before I even knew my brother was involved. Thank you to his sister for having some based humanity, some kindness in a sea of hatred. It's hard to come by some kindness in these days. It's easier to be kind when you're not involved. It's a lot easier. Like a way we put it in like training or martial arts training is like it's easy to have a good session. It's not easy to have a bad session. So it's not easy to be cheerful and peachy when you're having a bad session. But the fact that his sister remained, violence begets violence, hatred begets hatred. This is not a solution. I believe in her. Or I believe in what she said right there. So yeah, this is just some more bullshit. I hope nothing with this escalates and already, if you actually check, if you go to trending on Twitter, of course, check out what's trending #1. Trump terrorism. Trump terrorism is trending #1 because of the flag. Trump has destroyed patriotism and replaced it with radical right terrorism. And then just to make sure you know that these are like the good people, let's get 4,600 retweets on this in 1 hour and make this the first thing real Donald Trump sees today. Like, cash in that these clout chasers, the fact that they're gonna just, well, first of all, it doesn't make much sense. Because, like, dude, there's been 80 plus nights of riots in Portland, burning, arson, looting, murder, the Chaz, all this shit. That's objectively terrorism. And that's been going on for months, at least 3 months now. And then one incident with Kyle Rittenhouse, when he fights back after being attacked, being chased, that now suddenly Trump destroyed patriotism and replaced it with radical right terrorism. Like, what? And then you're gonna, on top of that, you're just gonna clout chase and be like, let's get 4,600 retweets. It's just because Twitter is just this fucking game these people play. They're addicted to these little number buttons. When they see these numbers go up, they're just like, yeah, I did it, I succeeded. But yeah, it's absurd. When we have this clear case of this man just walking up and shooting somebody. Yeah, but whatever. Radical right-wing terrorism, which does exist. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I just don't think that Trump supporters are terrorists. But I'm sure the cabal could put somebody in a Trump shirt, MAGA hat, and make them go kill a bunch of people. I'm sure that they could do that. I don't know how many patsies they have left in their arsenal. I'm sure they've used up quite a few of them with their crisis acting. People didn't believe in crisis acting. Crisis acting is 100% real. 100% real. My family is filled with teachers. They've told me that they've had those drills where they had the school shooter drills. They've had them. Kids come in, actors come in, everybody plays their part. The cops play a part. Like, they're not real cops or actors. It's weird. It's crisis acting. It's a real profession. It's bizarre. But yeah, that's a digression. That's a whole can of worms that you're not even really allowed to talk about on YouTube. So there's actually a lot you're not allowed to talk about on YouTube. I'm learning. I'm going to try to talk about everything that I can talk about, or at least to the extent that I can. But in the privacy of my own home, you best believe I'll be talking about everything. I think it's important to, like, distinguish between things that you would say in public you feel comfortable, like, standing on a public platform and saying, and things that you would say around your friends in the privacy and safety of your own living room. Sometimes there's overlap, a Venn diagram, but sometimes there's not really overlap. The climate just won't allow you to feel safe expressing your opinions without people assuming what the rest of your opinions are. So that wraps up Clown World News for this little segment. If you enjoy this type of investigative, independent journalism, you can check out the Patreon in the description. And then you can send me some info, whatever you have, some news reports. I'm down to check it out. It's definitely probably the best way to send me a private message. So be a good person, stay vigilant, call your mom. Peace.